Hi loves, welcome or welcome back. Today's bridal look blends soft glam with a hint of Latina Baddie. Warm browns, a touch of black for depth, brown shimmer lids and a glossy lip, all paired with bronze skin and a peachy glow. Make sure to stay till the end for more shots of the finished look. To start, I prepped my skin using NYX's Primer followed by a touch of under eye colour corrector and sealed that in with a small amount of matte concealer. For foundation, I'm using MAC Studio Fix Fluid and setting everything in place with MAC Studio Fix Powder to create a flawless smooth base. I'm starting with the light cream shade by Kiko to highlight under the brows, carving them with a short flat brush and then blending with a fluffy brush for a seamless finish. Next, I'm going in with Bobbi Brown's soft neutral sand shade on a large blending brush. Starting at the inner crease, I'm sweeping the colour upward towards the brow bone and softly extending it into a V shape at the outer corner, keeping the edges diffused and seamless. To deepen the eyes, I'm using a dark brown from my MAC palette with a smaller brush, blending it into the first shade to create a smooth transition. I'm working from the inner crease outward, shaping the V and building the intensity gradually for a soft but defined contour. I'm also sweeping this shade across the lid to act as a base for the shimmer I'll layer on top. Now I'm taking a black shadow on a detailing brush and working it into the outer corner, sweeping along the outer lash line about halfway in and blending into the V. This gives the eyes that bold Latina Baddie definition, adding depth without overpowering the softness. I'm applying in small amounts for control and blendability. For the shimmer, I'm pressing a rich brown shadow across the lid using a flat brush, blending just above the crease and softly into the darker tones at the outer edge for a seamless finish. Next, I'm using NYX's dark brown eyeliner in both the upper and lower waterlines for sultry definition. To intensify the look, I'm using a smudge brush to apply a bit of the dark brown shadow along the lower lash line, adding to the depth and tying everything together. I'm applying a generous coat of volumizing mascara for bold, fluttery lashes. Then I'm placing a mid-length lash to enhance the eyes with just the right amount of drama, balanced but still striking. To sculpt the face, I'm using a warm bronzer and a large fluffy brush, starting from the top of the ear towards the corner of the mouth and blending in soft circular motions for a lifted finish. I'll take it around the hairline and lightly contour the nose using a fan brush along the bridge and under the tip. For blush, I'm applying a deep coral shade in circular motions across the cheeks to create a soft, radiant flush. For highlight, I'm using the peach highlighter from the eye palette on a long bristled brush, applying it to the tops of the cheeks, bridge of the nose and tip for a delicate luminous glow. To finish, I'm adding a touch of highlight to the cupid's bow. Then I'm lining the lips with NYX's nude Truffle pencil, softly blending it inward for a gradient effect. Over that, I'm applying MAC's Fresh Brew lipstick and topping it all off with a little clear gloss for a fresh, radiant pout. And that completes today's bridal look. This bridal glam look is perfect for any bride who wants to feel confident, romantic and glowing with a hint of Latina Baddie glam. So if you found this tutorial helpful, give that like button a hug and hit subscribe. Sharing is caring, so feel free to send this to a friend or reach out for collabs. For more looks and reels, follow me on Instagram and don't be shy to DM me with any questions. I really appreciate your support. Thanks for hanging out. Stay awesome and I'll see you in the next one.